Hi everyone, this is Callie from Callie in China. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. If you're planning to live in Shenzhen, you might be wondering how much it actually costs to live in such a bustling metropolitan city. Don't worry, in this video, I got you covered with a detailed breakdown of the cost per month for living in Shenzhen, China in 2023. Let's start with the biggest expense, rent. The average cost for the rental price in Shenzhen in 2023 is around 3,900 RMB. Now, this really depends on the location that you are based in. For example, I live in a little bit of a remote area called Bao'an, so the size of the apartment is relatively bigger and the cost is a little bit cheaper. But that's not where the expenses end. You have to take into consideration that you have to pay for electricity, gas, and water bills at the end of each month, which can accumulate to around 500 RMB. In addition, depending on your apartment, you're going to have to pay a maintenance fee, which can be between 200 to 300 RMB per month. For example, as I mentioned, my rent here in Bao'an area is 3,900 and I have a 3-bedroom apartment fitted with a kitchen, a bathroom, and this huge living space that is behind me. The most important thing for me when I was renting an apartment was the location and the distance it is from my work. Getting around in Shenzhen can be quite a little bit of a hassle and can be quite overwhelming at times, but it's something that you have to do. If you're planning to use the public transportation, the first thing that you're going to do is buy a Shenzhen Tong card, which costs you around 100 RMB. This will allow you to travel by metro, by taxi, by bus, and also by ferries here in Shenzhen. If you're planning to buy a car, you're going to have to factor in the cost of the license plate, which can cost you up to 100,000 RMB. In addition to this, you're going to have to think about the maintenance fee and the parking, which can add up to around a total of 1,000 RMB. Majority of people in Shenzhen do travel around by e-bike or by bicycle that the city provides, so these may be a better alternative to saving fuel and also getting around the city in a quicker way. Other modes of transportation are the Hello Bike services that I constantly use every single day. Now, these bike services are really great because they cost around 1.5 RMB and you can use the bike service to travel around anywhere in the city, and this will be around 30 minutes to 1 hour. It's a healthier option and you can pick up the bike from wherever you see it on the street, scan it with your Alipay or WeChat account, and you're good to go and you can drop it off at any of the points across the city. Shenzhen is known for its delicious food, but this can be quite expensive. If, like me, you decide to cook your own meals at home, this can cost you about 500 RMB per week for your grocery shops. Typically, I tend to go to a shop called Ole because they have imported goods from international brands. And this just gives you that little comfort from back home. If you're dining out, this can be a lot more expensive, with the meals costing between 50 to 200 RMB per person, depending on the branch and the chain that you are going to eat at. If you're looking to stay in shape, you'll need to join a gym. A 6-month membership in a decent gym can cost you anywhere up to 1,600 RMB. This type of membership can include classes, access to the gym, communication with the personal trainers, and it might be something that you want to consider if you're staying here for a long term. Remember that if you are renting an apartment, you're going to have to factor in the different expenses that come with maintaining the apartment. This can include things like the air conditioning, plumbing service, or pest control. These expenses will vary depending on the size of your apartment and the location that you are situated in, but you can expect to pay around 500 RMB on average per month. If you are working remotely, for example, or you need access to a certain website, you may want to purchase a VPN subscription. A very popular VPN service that you can use is Surfshark. They have multiple plans on their platform where you can buy a subscription for 6 months, 1 year, or even 2 years. The connection is pretty good and it's quite stable compared to the different VPNs that are on the market at the moment, so this may be something that you have to consider when you are living here. In addition, if you want to travel within China, you'll need to factor in the cost of transportation and accommodation, which can vary depending on which region that you are in. Shenzhen is a city which is filled with entertainment options such as theme parks, museums, and even nightlife. But these activities can be quite expensive. For example, a day pass at one of the most famous theme parks here in Shenzhen, Window of the World, can cost you up to 200 RMB per person. A night out at a popular club or bar will cost you upwards of 500 RMB. It really depends on your lifestyle and the way that you want to spend your money and how you are budgeting it effectively. You can save some money if you are planning to live here, but in terms of entertainment, this comes down to what it is that you do and what you like to do in your free time. Remember to respect the rules and the boundaries that are set in place by the local government that you are living in. And if you are planning to go out and drink in the different clubs and bars that they do have on offer, please drink responsibly. If you are living in Shenzhen, you'll need to buy health insurance. This can cost anywhere between 500 RMB to 1000 RMB, depending on the coverage that you have. In addition, if you need to see a doctor or a dentist, this is going to be something that you have to pay out of your own pocket. You can expect long queues and a long waiting time if you are planning to do this in an emergency case or the spur of the moment. So make sure that you do book an appointment in advance before seeing a doctor or seeing a dentist. I had an experience where I felt a little bit sick. I went to the local hospital that they have here and I was waiting around for 3 to 4 hours just to be told that there was nothing wrong with me. So it is something that you have to consider when you are living here. Be aware that some types of Western medicine are quite hard to come by. So if you are planning to move over to Shenzhen, it would be better to stock your own medicine to have this in your arsenal. It's always just a smart travel tip when you are traveling anywhere to have a medical kit on hand. I typically always have a medical bag where I keep some aspirin, some paracetamol, some hydration powders as well, just to make sure that I am keeping myself very healthy when I am traveling around different places. So as you can see, the cost of living in Shenzhen can add up quite quickly. But don't let that discourage you from living in such a vibrant city. With a little bit of planning and a little bit of budgeting, you can enjoy everything that the city has to offer without breaking the bank. Whenever you do your expense planning, it's always good to factor in extra things that may not be on your budget list. For example, for emergencies, perhaps you may need to buy something that you didn't necessarily know that you needed in the beginning. So it's always good to keep this rainy day fund aside, just so you have that budget to play with. For example, during the summer seasons, Shenzhen will be extremely hot, so you're going to be running your AC pretty much all of the day. This can be quite expensive and quite bad for the environment. It might be even worthwhile looking into buying a portable fan. I picked up a fan and a heater, a combo in one, which cost me about 200 RMB. And it means that I can alternate between the hot season and the cold season, so I have a heater, but I also have a fan. It will reduce the electricity cost, and it is environmentally friendly. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more travel advice, tips, and more. If you are interested, you can follow me on my Instagram. The link is on the screen now. Be sure to share any other tips and tricks below in our comment section for our community. This will help out anybody who is planning to move to China for the first time, or if you are returning to know what the budget update is like, what it's living in China in 2023. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This is Kelly in China, signing out. Bye!